Huh?
Talk about. That's too funny. Um, oh, I just ain't posted it in the chat yet. You posted it in the chat?
Yo, yo, and we are live.
Oh, yes. First one, first one. All right, everybody. We are going to be starting today off with the fantasy football factory rules and regulations. We're going to kind of go over everything to let everyone know what we're doing, so everybody on the same page. Um, we'll start by the gameplay. The gameplay is going to be comp style football. Difficulty, as everyone know, will be on all Madden. Quarter length would be 7 minute quarters. Uh, you must create a coach, and when you join the league, and that's so you can have all the interactions with all the players and stuff. Um, so everybody be on the same page. So everybody need to create a coach. Advanced times. We will be advancing at 8 a.m. every 48 hours. So that gives y'all pretty much all day, all night to get y'all games in. And in the morning, we will advance at 8 a.m. every 48 hours. If all games are played before that time, we will advance when the last game is played. And so, say that the last game is played at 9 o'clock that night, we will advance. But the actual 48-hour times won't start until 8 a.m. the next morning. So you will have extra hours to kind of roll with getting your games in. Um, Week 14 is going to be our playoff push week, meaning that we will be um, advancing every 24 hours for those last 3 weeks of the season so we can get the pushing, knowing that a lot of games possibly won't be important, but making sure all the important games get played. Um, League upgrades. If a user plays 14 plus games during a season, they will get one normal to star on any player. That will be the only upgrade. Everything else y'all will have to do on your own. Game scheduling and communications. So you should contact your opponent and schedule your game within the first 24 hours using GroupMe. You need to make sure that you DM that person. Um, you can also hit him up in the chat, but DM will help you out more. As long as you DM and that person don't respond, then that will help you with your force win. Um, but you must have the screenshots of you DMing the person within the first 24 hours of the advance. Um, Streaming. Away team must stream and post in the chat. All streams. We would like for everybody to have YouTube. I know some users that we might have brung in have Twitch, but if you can, try to get YouTube because it saves the game automatically on YouTube, and then we can go back and look at it just in case you have any issues. Position changes. All position changes need to be sent to a commish. Um, and a commish cannot edit his own team. So we won't be editing our own team. Another commish has to edit my team, same as Jungle and same as Big. Um, the position changes are wide receiver to tight end. You must be 6'2" and over, and a minimum of 230 pounds to move, and it has to have a max of 88 speed to move a wide receiver to tight end. So I had to have all three of those together to be able to move him to tight end. Cornerback to safety must have at least 75 tackle and cannot be over 91 speed. So it got to have 75 tackle. He got to be able to tackle before you can move him a cornerback to safety. Safety to linebacker must have at least 75 hit power and cannot be over 90 speed. So any safety that you move to linebacker, he can't be over 90 speed and he has to have over 75 hit power. And there's no wide receiver to halfback ever. All right. Those are the only stipulations. But as long as you send your position changes to a commish and we okay it to get it changed, then we go from we'll be good to go. In game rules, there's no true clock unless it's approved by your opponent. So both have to agree on the true clock to true clock. Hurry up is allowed. Um, you cannot run the same play back to back during the drive. Hey, we just ask that you open up your playbook. We're not really having a real stimulation except for don't run the same play back to back. Um, just because it worked one time don't mean hurry up and run it again. You know, try to open up your playbook a little bit. Um, punt rules. Punt rules is you can go for it 4th and 1 or less. 4th and 1 or less anywhere. Anything above 4th and 2, you got to punt or kick a field goal. Fourth or less, 4th and 1 or less, you can go for it anywhere on the field.
Hey,
Um,
but don't be complaining. Y'all get aired. Keep going it forward on 4th and 1. So just be very cautious with that, fellas. Don't just always go for it, cause you can't get aired if you don't convert.
hey, and as it's certain stipulations to the game where they can reach for it and all that stuff, but hey, don't always count on it. Um, if you're down 17,
Gentlemen's league, everybody. So gentlemen's league, but we don't care about your feelings. All right, this is Madden. This is a video game, so you will get aired if you messing around. So don't mess around and don't be complaining about people running up the score, cause we're here to stop you from scoring and score and to have fun.
Period. Yep.
all right. All right. So if you're down 17 points or more, which is 3 scores, um, you can. There's no punt rule for you. You can go for it, do what you got to do to try to get back in the game. You can fake punt, fake field goal only once during the game. So you only get one chance to do either or. So if you fake field goal once, you can't fake punt later on in the game. You're done with that. You must rush 3 at all times. Quarterback spot is not considered rushing 3. So as long as you rushing 3, if you rush a cornerback and 2 linemen and drop somebody back, that's fine. As long as it's 3 rushing, you're good to go. Now, as far as the streams, if you complain, if you have a gripe about somebody running the same play back to back and all that stuff, we need you to have your stream. If you don't have your stream, you cannot make a complaint about it because we can't see it. I'm going to do my best to watch every game. If you stream, I'm watching. I'm trying to watch. Of course, if it's three
Yeah, we
games
yeah
going
we
on at the
definitely
same
stream.
time, of course, you ain't gonna be able to watch all 3 games unless you got 3 TVs. I'm not fortunate to have 3 TVs sitting right beside me, so I have to do what I got to do. But I'm gonna try to watch as many games as I can, and I know Jungle and Big Valley TV is gonna watch as many as he can. His name is TV, so he's watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuning in, fellas. I got y'all.
We tuning in, and all right, so off season. Um, in the off season, um, we're going to put out a schedule after the wild card games. So after the wild card games, that first week of the off season, we'll put out the schedule for what the off season is going to be. So that would give y'all 2 to 3 days to get all y'all stuff in order to handle the off season. All right. So it shouldn't be that difficult. We will be make sure that we give y'all enough time, heads up that y'all know when the off season is gonna be. We're not gonna wait until after the Super Bowl to set anything up. So that means that after we set this off season up, Super Bowl needs to get played. Y'all need to get it together. Hey, 24 hours. Everybody should be able to find 45 minutes to an hour to link up and play a game. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that difficult. All right. That because all trust me, all our times at 8 a.m. That means you have all day to figure out when y'all can play. We're not advancing at 7, which is in the middle of the of when people are trying to play and all that stuff, and you just getting home. No, we're advancing before you leave to go to work. So when you come home, you got all them hours to figure out when you're gonna play. All right. So it shouldn't be too hard. We're not advancing at 9 at night and all that mess, or 1 in the morning. Everything, all our advances is gonna be pretty much at 8 a.m. for us the week. Now, off season wise, off season is gonna depend on how much time we need, and we'll figure all that out, as this season go along, and we'll make sure that we put it out for y'all early enough. All right. Um. Position not position changing, but practice squads. Practice squads players would never we would never close them. I think we should. I think this can possibly change, but um depending on what players say. But practice squad players, once we advance to week 1, it'll never close. You should sign your players. Everybody should be able to get on and get what they need to do, and you should make sure that your players don't hit the practice squad. Um, and we go from there. That should be everything with the rules. Um, that should be it. Yeah. Um, like they said, it's a gentleman's game, but some players like to go for stats. Yeah, some players like to keep scoring, because they want to win awards and stuff like that. It's your job to stop them. So don't cry. Don't cry when they score. We don't got no rules against scoring. Hey, if you can put up 100, god damn it, we gonna laugh at you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna laugh at you. Hey,
And don't be that guy calling timeouts with 1 second left.
Yeah,
hey,
come on.
hey. But just let's just have fun. And we got good competition, as you see by the draft. A lot of people know how to draft. A lot of people know how to put teams together. So, with that being said, they know how to play too. So, hey, you better understand that you better pick your game up fast, cause it's some real good users in here, and all I can say is I done seen some people get blowed out by some of these users, and it ain't fun. It ain't fun. I ain't gonna lie. Hey,
Oh man.
but
Madden 21 gonna be different. It look like people already getting aired in other leagues and all that. I've been seeing high scoring games in all other leagues and on head to head online. So y'all better draft accordingly, and that's why the fantasy draft is a cool thing because you get to put your own team together. And if you get aired, you can't blame no other GM but yourself.
Right.
And so I don't want to hear none of that other nonsense. Get your game right. And shoot, speaking of which, we're gonna go to the AFC because there's some guys that really got. I think Big said last night. Somebody said they got a 150 man board that they
Man.
rolled out.
Yeah,
So
that
I don't think he in the AFC, but I think shoot, it really seemed like he was really like
nah, he in the
close.
NFC. Yeah, he in the NFC. I think that's
All right, but we'll start with the
yeah. We start with the NFC.
The
let's
49ers are
start with the
now
South. Let's start. Let's start,
Oh,
let's start with your division.
oh Lord.
AFC
Hey, oh, so
AFC South.
so the
Yeah.
Patriots done picked.
Mm-hmm.
49ers is on
So
you.
yeah, it's gonna be.
It's on the 49ers.
So it's up, the Jaguars is a good user. He got added. He was a commissioner in another league that I was in. He hasn't he drafted Michael Thomas first round, late in the first round. Can't guard Mike.
Can't
And
guard
then way
Mike.
back he drafted J.J. Watt. But since then he hasn't drafted at all.
Okay,
I
okay.
think he just let, I don't know what his move was like or whatever, but he let the computer draft for him. But he ended up with Tom Brady, Richard Sherman, Chris Harris. So he got some old wily vets there. Has a lot of experience. And then then he has Kendall Fuller at safety, so at least he has some type of youth in the back. Secondary, Philip Lindsay, so he has some speed at running back. Quan Alexander at linebacker, so he actually didn't do a bad job with what the computer did draft for him.
Mhm.
Jordan Howard, 87 speed, 6'6". So you got Littleton and Danny Trevathan old last, but the way that it ended up is not terrible. He'll be able to compete. He's a great user. Full of gifts and memes, so
Man, I
I'm
mean,
sure he'll be very active in the chat. I guess when it gets on and popping,
I mean,
opening division is gonna be fun. So that's the Jaguars. Who else we got in there?
you got yeah,
We got
Willie Cashmere.
again Willie Cashmere. Again is a very good user, and it looked like he built his team to where he is, man. And I played him in other leagues, and he beat my butt. His roster was stacked, and he beat my behind. But if you can see what his first couple picks was, you already know what time it is. His first pick was Saquon Barkley.
Damn, he set it off the gate. Then he already told you what he trying to do.
His first couple picks was controller died. His next couple picks were Larry Tunsil and the best lineman in the game, Zach Martin. So you already know what time it is. It's gonna be ground and pound. So um, that actually has gone into the decision of sort of how I was drafting, honest, trying to, and then he has Ryan Jensen. So he definitely is gonna try to get the run game up and going. Shit, he got Gronkowski. Yeah, great, another lineman. Another lineman that can catch. That's great. Then you got the old Wiley vet out there, AJ Green. He drafted Fred Warner. All right. He has also Brandon Cooks. AJ Green, Brandon Cooks. You want to talk about offense? Holy cow! So I know he was in and out of the draft. He did draft some. He didn't draft some. Well, he has a good, got a good core going on right here. That'll be fun to have him um, in the divisions. The Jaguars, we went through the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
then you got Rich Boy, coach.
The Texans, Jungle 1525. Um, he had the third pick. I had the third pick overall. Y'all want to talk about my team or I go for it?
Nah, you go for it.
Nah,
What
go
you
ahead, Big. Big, you do it. Big, you talk about it.
Okay. What's it? You drafted Tyreek third overall, which a lot of people in chat, wasn't surprised by that pick. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I said, I mean, if you don't take him at 3, then you don't get him at all. So you got to go. You got to get him. I feel like he's going to be behind Lamar. I feel like he's going to be the second best player on Madden 21, like the whole disc, because it's just nothing you can do with him now. Now that he has the X factor, I mean, he's pretty much a top 3 pick anywhere. So then you went DeMarcus Lawrence, which I mean, you had to go there because plans, change of plans, but that's a good pick. Can't ever go wrong. One of the most slept on DNs in the game, honestly. He has everything you need, but a lot of people just forget about him. Then you went Justin Reed, which was a good pick. One of the best safeties, young safeties that you could build up for at least 5 to 6 years. Bradley Chubb, another dog. Then you got Okuda here. That's a superstar corner. Can't go wrong with that. It seemed like you had to scheme around what your division was doing. You know what I'm saying? So you had to pull some strings and get the pieces in here that you needed. And then you did say that you reached on one of these picks, but I feel like this is a good pick here. Tanner Moose, 90 speed, safety, now linebacker, so out of Clemson. So I feel like that's a good pick there as well. So I feel like all in all, you still got what you needed. Still got some day ones. Scatling over here. Still got Greedy over here. Some familiar faces, I might say. And then you can't never go wrong with Matt Breida, 95 speed. So I feel like you're still putting yourself in the right position to do what you need to do to win this division. But like I said, I think it would be tough though, because there's a lot of chatter talking about coming out the AFC South. So I feel like this would probably be one of your toughest divisions you've had. But we'll see.
I agree. So we'll go into the fourth. We'll go into the fourth, which he self proclaimed that he's the bottom feeder, but what
Nah.
he tried to say that he got
We'll
Donald.
see.
He got Aaron Donald, pick 11. That is so disrespectful
At pick 11.
at all counts. Pick 11. Um, he got Donald pick 11. Then on the way back, he got he got he got
Fletcher Cox, like he said that he had it was a reaction
to what he had going on in the division. He
Man.
got Saquon and then Zach Martin right away. So he said that that's why he had to make the reaction what he did. And I see you, big fella.
Wow. Donald and Fletcher Cox for 3 seasons. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, fellas.
That's actually a ridiculous thought. But you know, when you do draft double positions like that or D line, you will hurt later on in certain positions.
Right.
Maybe we'll see that. Mitchell Schwartz, he's an old Star Wars, old Riley vet, 96 overall. Then again with Trent Williams, I mean, this man went trenches first 4 rounds.
Right.
And then he went Adam Thielen. I mean, a lot of people pass up on Thielen because he's 90 speed and he's big, but he got double me and the man gets it done. Again, next pick or another lineman, 85 overall, 30 years old. Jimmy Smith, 32. I mean, his team is AARP right now, but he's going to be superstar in 2 years.
He gonna be right away. Yeah.
You got Vander Esch holding down the middle. That's a good pick. Xavier Howard is, I think, he's a little slept on. He did go down in development, so I think he's back down to star. So maybe he won't be as
Yeah,
electric
he is.
as I've seen him in the past. Landon Collins, this was a great pick because Landon Collins has like 93 hit power, which can be a problem coming
Yeah.
downhill
Come
with
on.
Saquon in the hole.
Right.
You got Miles Sanders, okay? That's a little sneaky pick, Miles Sanders. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones came out of Duke, got overdrafted by the Giants in real life, and it shows on the stats. He has 73 fumbles.
Yeah, it's
But
still.
but no, it is sneaky because he has 84 speed. All right, it is a little
I
sneaky
see.
that
I
he
see.
can get to that. This was where I knew Rich Boy had a little brain here because this guy was on my board, high on my board. Ashton Davis. He knew what he was trying to do because Ashton Davis is a 92 speed safety out of Cal that was drafted, I think, 3rd round to the Jets in real life.
Right.
And he knew what he was doing by drafting him and putting the superstar on him.
Mm-hmm.
So now he got a guy back there running around that's crazy. Superstar with 92 speed. That guy's going to develop. He might end up 94 speed by the time it's all said and done. Um, and the way that everything's set up, he's going to turn into a gym. And then all of a sudden, where in the heck did this guy come from? KJ Hamler. All right, this was
Man.
a sneaky pick. When it came across the board, I'm like, wait a minute, he was still there. So KJ Hamlin out of Penn State, he can't stay healthy in real life, but this ain't real life.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hold on. AFC North is the Steelers, Ravens,
Oh, check that. My bad. Yep.
Steelers, Ravens, and
Yeah.
Bengals and Browns. All right, start with the Steelers.
Big, you got it?
Yeah.
Yep, there you
So
go.
yeah, that's so it's your homeboy Deep. I've been in the league with him last year, so yeah, he a pretty solid user. He wasn't able to draft, but I mean the one draft he did get, he did draft Stephon Gilmore, and if you know anything about Man 21 for right now, he is Gilmore Island, so you ain't catching nothing over there for 2 seasons. Unless you better hope, better pray for a patch, cause it ain't going down like that over there. So then he got Stephon Diggs. Then it seemed like the CPU just went old school on him. Got Matt Ryan, Armstead,
Yep,
superstar,
Mick Armstead.
William Jackson. Uh, you got some Mike Williams, haha, Clinton Dix. So seemed like CPU is trying to get him ready to win the division year one, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, and then I feel like that's his mindset coming out the gate. I mean, you don't just, I mean, the way Stephon Gilmore actually fell, I think he fell like late, maybe out the top 15. So he's coming to play with a chip on his shoulder for sure. So now we get to the Browns, one of the teams that actually drafted most of his picks day one. Yeah, he's another decent user from Mile, and he plays all his games. So when you play all your games, that's all you can ask for. Is a shot opportunity to get to the playoffs. So his team, he draft Joey Bosa first pick. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of the Bosa brothers. Then he has Darius Slay on Superstar. A lot of people forget about Slay because he spent a lot of his time in Detroit. But hey, when you get him in fantasy, he still got a good two to 3 seasons left of primetime football. Melvin Gordon, that's another good pick. Debo, and then another good safety, a young safety that people forget about, Jesse Bates. That was a good pick. He brought in Baker Mayfield, come back to Cleveland. Nothing wrong with that. Then he gets one of the GOAT linebackers. Everybody say Man 21 is not about the linebackers, it's not about the linebackers. But hey, you see 92 speed at linebacker, you got to go get him. So you got Devin White in the building, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know what I'm saying? Shaquem Griffin, he put him on Superstar, and he put Blake Cashman on X Factor. So he has Cashman, Griffin, and White. So basically, what he's saying is, hey, ain't none of that stretch left, stretch right. You gonna have to pass the ball, and we flying. So we coming left to right. So basically, he's shutting down all the run.
And not to mention he has Zach Cunningham
Zach Cunningham.
uh,
So
in
yeah,
the middle. But
man,
I'm trying to think. This what I want to know. Oh, Winovich.
hmm
Uh, he got no O line, or oh, he got Joey Bosa. Okay,
yeah, 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 that was his first
Bosa
pick.
Winovich. Okay,
Who
so
who is
No,
who is
no, no, no line though. No line yet.
no O line, and oh, I guess he got decent at corner. Okay, no, yeah, no O line. Which I guess he feel like he could get by with. He picked two
Right.
cornerbacks. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh, Debo and AJ Brown. So I mean, those are guys that are rough and tumble and for combat catches. All right, that's a 226 pounds and 215 pounds. Uh, Compact wideouts that are rough and tumble. No O line. That's detrimental.
That could be
Bosa
detrimental.
and Winovich. Okay, no D tackle, but his linebackers. Holy smoke!
Easy.
That's got to be the best
Yeah,
in
that
the
has to
league.
be. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Year one, he not gonna come around.
And he has corners. That's cool. Jesse Bates at corner at safety. All right, cool. On to the next one.
So we got the
that was the
Ravens.
Browns, Ravens.
Yeah. So yeah. Go to the Ravens roster. So the Ravens, another one of the users who's been drafting pretty well, and he was drafting the whole time. Round one, made sure in the chat he said, "Hey, don't skip me, I'm on." And I understand that, bro. So Khalil Mack, hey, once a user picks Khalil Mack, he's trying to get into for them first 2 to 3 seasons, he's trying to get to the quarterback. Then he picks up another sneaky pick in round two that people wasn't expecting. I know I wasn't expecting, but he picked up Harrison Smith. And when you look at his X Factor ability, you would know why, because he still has Enforcer. And if anybody know what Enforcer did last year, then it's nothing else to be said. So then he picks up Justin Simmons, another good safety. Levante David, that's another good pick. DeForest Buckner, great pick. So he's going a little bit veteran wise too. You know what I'm saying? Frank Clark in the building. Jalen Smith, another good linebacker. He drafted some linemen, Isaiah Wynn, Turner. So yeah, he David Andrews. So yeah, so he has the line, he drafted line. Just I don't see
Common theme here.
it
There's
is
a
that.
common there's a
But
common
no wide
theme here.
receivers yet though. None.
None? Wow. All right, so here's
And,
a
and
common
no
theme.
quarterback.
All right, the businessman, I think his name is. If you're used to any fantasy leagues, they don't last. All right, so by him getting a roster that's kind of like a little older,
Right.
with the veteran presence, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Flex, you gotta chill.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, but with the reps that they already have, like they'll be ready to play. Like if you
Yeah.
look at a lot of people other rosters, like nobody would take Harrison Smith. Somebody wouldn't take Harrison Smith because he's 31, and have
31, yeah.
a young gunner like Darnell Savage,
Right.
and be able to do whatever. But that's why fantasy is so great, man, because you literally people have so many different strategies. Your board changes. Everybody's board changes due to how everybody else is moving.
Right.
So, like if you look at the Ravens roster compared to like the Rams rosters, the complete opposite. The Rams'
Playoffs.
first four picks or five was like 73 overalls, but they were all young with that had hidden depth.
Right. So now we get to the Bengals. The Bengals roster. Little Hefe, shout out Little Hefe, man, joining the league, man. So what we got over here? We got Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett was the number two pick in the first draft. So we gonna look back at that in 3 seasons, 3 to 4 seasons, and see if that was a good pick. Then he has Ronnie Stanley. That's a good pick. Le'Veon Bell still can give you 2 to 3 seasons. Tremont Edmonds. That's a good pick. Good linebacker. Good young linebacker. And Josh Allen, another good, good quarterback. So
And the dude has 85 speed with 99 throw power,
right, I
so
mean,
you can't teach that.
yeah, you can't teach that. And that should be good. And Marcus Williams, to me, he's always been good in when it comes to developing. And then and I'm gonna show y'all something that a lot of people don't know about Marcus Williams. He has 97 jump, so that's a sneaky little trait about him. And he goes to get the football. If he's around it, he's gonna go get it. So everybody look at the 89 speed and like, oh, whatever, but that 97 jump definitely makes up for it. So I feel like the AFC North is a good solid division. I feel like a lot of the teams, have a lot of vets on it. So I feel like it's gonna be real competitive, that first season for sure. And now we get to the AFC East.
AFC
AFC,
East.
AFC East.
I'll start this. This one's gonna be
Alright.
interesting. This is Let me get back to the roster stuff. This is actually gonna be one of the more interesting divisions.
Who you starting with?
I'm gonna start with the Patriots. All right,
Hey,
so um, the Patriots. All right, his first pick, I think he picked in the mid 20s, like 25, 26, and his first pick was boy,
Marquise
Marquise
Brown.
Brown, Hollywood. All right. And if you know anything about Deadly, all right, Deadly's gonna try to throw the ball around the park. So Marquise Goodwin, he's all about speed. So Marquise Goodwin fits that bill, obviously. His second pick, you want to talk about speed? Here you go, 260 pounds, 91 speed. Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is gonna be a problem. Okay, 6'6", 260. All right, so there you go. You got a bookend for a long time if he can stay healthy. All right, but then the disrespect, the disrespect of the whole draft. Von Miller. How does Von Miller go to the end of the third round? I don't care if he's 31. The man will play for another 5 years. Like he'll play all the way until the five come out. I'm not understanding
Fourth
why
round.
Von
Fourth
Miller
round.
got to the fifth,
Fourth round.
fourth round,
Fourth round.
which is even crazier. All right, so the disrespect. So that's why you see Von Miller there, and he got picked in the fourth round, which is insane. All right, but then he's extremely smart. All right, with his next couple picks, and he shored up his safety. I mean his cornerbacks: Adoree Jackson, Byron Murphy, and Sean Bunting. Again, here's one of these rosters that is fit for trying to compete early, but then will be dominant later on. All right. Then you go to Various Moore. All right, 69 overall, but he has 93 speed. He's 6'2", and he can jump out the gym. So again, he's looking at the traits and not the overall. Okay. Let's see. Who did I miss? Rashawn Evans. He's in love with this pick because Rashawn Evans has 96 hit power. All right, so he wants that guy to be able to hit the ball out. Ronald Jones is a very sneaky pick. Then you have Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, he just drafted while we were on the headset, just drafted Brandon Ayuk. That is a very, very, very sneaky pick. There's guys that drafted a guy just like him 8 rounds ago. Brandon Ayuk, Justin Jefferson, and CD Lamb are sort of the same player. Maybe CD Lamb has superstar. Is CD Lamb superstar?
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Brandon Ayuk and Jefferson are both just star, I believe. So you sort of just got the same guy 9 rounds later, which is really crazy. Then he finished it off with Drew Lock, very underrated guy to build with 83 speed. So uh, that's definitely a great start for the Patriots. All right, then we'll go to the Jets. All right.
Yeah.
J Rods. I played J Rods in another league, and J Rods has beaten me to go to the Super Bowl. So he's gonna be a very competitive user. Okay. Uh, his first pick at number 4, I believe.
Yeah.
After it took him like 5 hours to try to deliberate and try to move around and shake and all of that. He finally picked Jalen Ramsey, which is a great pick. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's gonna take over the whole side. All right. Then he comes back second round and gets Quentin Nelson. Okay, because obviously he wants to start to run the ball. Okay. Matter of fact, his third pick was Ed Oliver. Okay. He likes Ed Oliver because of his versatility. He told me that. He liked him because of his versatility. All right, now I'm starting to see. All right, if you look at this roster, you're seeing a trend. Oh my God, he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of his 16 picks were rookies. I was trying to figure out all right, I was like, where did Kinlaw go? He's gone. Winfield, gone. Clavon Chason, gone. Becton, gone. Terrell Burgess, gone.
I
So you want
picked
to
the
talk
Jets.
about he did a good job with trying to uh, you know, draft some goats early on and veteran goats, and then he just went completely with the youth. So that's a good mix. There it is, Justin Herbert. That's a good pick. So it may take a little while for this because he drafted a lot of rookies,
Yeah.
so it might take a little while. But when they all unlock, just let them unlock. Just let them unlock.
When they all get right.
When they all get right, it'll be swagger alert.
Man, let me see some swagger. Let me get some swagger.
Who else we got? The
Got that.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
The Dolphins is
Mm-hmm.
I know he liked to pass the ball when we was in Mal. I think he homie from Mal, the Mal
Yeah.
League.
Right.
I think he picked.
He picked DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's the only pick he may have made. Yeah, cause I know he picked
Yeah,
him.
go ahead, take over,
Yeah,
Dolphin.
he picked him. He picked him first round. That was his first pick. DeAndre Hopkins actually, man, I want to see where did he fall, but he fell. It was crazy. It was a lot. It was a lot of disrespect going on. I might say pick 29. Wow. I mean, it's pretty disrespectful, but I feel like DeAndre Hopkins, that's a very good pick at that. To get him that late, and he got paired him with Kenny Galladay, a slept on receiver, man. I mean, in real life and in Madden. I mean, he 90 speed, 26 years old, still can get it done. He goes up and get it. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong there. Then he has Fournette. Fournette has
Yeah,
been.
he did draft
Yeah,
Fournette
he
second
got
round.
Fournette. Okay, okay. Then Fournette has always been good on Madden since he's been on there. So you ain't got to worry about doing too much with him. He's gonna build himself. Then pretty Drew Brees for that one season, he's gonna be he's gonna be the man. So I mean, they CPU basically drafted him to win the division. You know what I'm saying? AJ Boye, he was pretty he was shut down about 2 or 3 years ago, but I mean he's still pretty good, still pretty good. Malik Hooker, another good young safety, that people sleep on. He always builds well in franchise mode. So I think this team will be all right, man. I think he'll be all right if he's able to get on later on, and draft a couple players that fits his scheme. I feel like he'll be right there to compete to win the division year one. And then we go now. We going to the Bills. See what the Bills got. I think the Bills made a couple picks, but I'm not sure if he picked too much last night.
Yeah, he picked
But I
some.
mean, yeah, I mean, his number one pick was Julio Jones, I believe.
Yep.
And Julio Jones was very
No, that's
disrespected.
his
He was one of the,
second round pick.
that was the second pick. Who did he pick first?
His
Let me
first
see.
pick,
Oh, Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs. Okay,
Henry
Henry
Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Yep.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs went top 10. Can't go wrong with Henry Ruggs. Once Tyreek went up the board at 3, I was kind of surprised that Henry, got all the way to 10. So, but yeah, this is it's basically Tyreek Hill Jr. right here. So can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that at all. Then he got Raheem Mostert, another a very good sleeper. I think he's gonna be one of the probably best backs this Madden because of the speed, man. Even though he's 28, I mean 95 speed, you can't go wrong with that. Tyron Matthew, Honey Badger. Honey Badger's finally put all the drugs to the side and got focused. And hey, he an X Factor now, baby. So hey, he back to them LSU days, and he's a problem. 5'9", but he's a problem. And Julio Jones was his second round pick.
Yep.
He's one of them guys that was very disrespected, but I feel like Julio is gonna make y'all, make a lot of people mad that first season, because he fell that low. You know what I'm saying? And Marcus Peters has always been a good zone corner and a good anticipating corner in Madden, so he plays a lot of shit well. So that's a good pick. Eric Ebron, another sneaky tight end pick. 87 speed, can't go wrong with that. I feel like the CPU did pretty well, but it's good that he was able to get Ruggs, so the CPU couldn't just do all vets for him. So, but I feel like he got a good mixture here. He got Honey Badger. They drafted Honey Badger for him, so I feel like he'll be all right, man. I feel like this team Garoppolo at quarterback. He can eventually draft a rookie, later on. But I feel like this team is good to compete year one. And like I said, the good thing about fantasy draft, everybody is not with the just building all rookies that first year. Some people like to have people that's pretty much ready to go. And like I said, he got some people on here that's gonna be pretty good.
Yep.
And that's
Got the
yeah
West.
now
Got the
yeah the
West.
West. The West. So let's start off with A1 Sean. Start with A1. Well, A1
The
Sean ain't
Chiefs.
draft. So let's go to the Broncos. Broncos was on all the whole time. He been
Yeah.
drafting all his picks. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start with the Broncos first. and he man, hey, he went Dalvin first, and I feel like Dalvin Cook. That's a
No, he
very
went.
good pick.
Nah, he went. No, he
He,
went left tackle first. Then he
oh, he
went
went left
Dalvin.
tackle first. Okay,
Yeah, he
okay.
went
He went
David.
David. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good pick. She's been the best left tackle in the league for like 5, 6 seasons now. So that's a good pick right there. Went Dalvin second round.
Yep.
Can't go
Mm-hmm.
wrong with that. So he
Nope.
so he already telling you what he's trying to do the first with his first two picks, and then after that
He
he
went
went and grabbed
kept O'Neal
he went O'Neal.
Canoe Canoe.
Okay, Canoe O'Neal. Okay, that's a
Mm-hmm.
good pick. It's a good pick. And then
Keon O'Neal.
O'Neal got two attack. Put him on superstar. So that's a good pick right there. Paris Campbell. Wow. When he got Paris Campbell and Jalen Rieger. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he has a good little mixture going, man. Sure. Then you still got the O line, Lane Johnson. So he pretty much going balanced. Seemed like he started off the gate with Dalvin, but then he went and got him some speedsters. And I feel like he'd be all right, man. Rashawn Gary, that's a good pick. I was looking for him. He was gone. Okay, that's a good pick, man. I feel like Josh Sweat. Hey, man. He been making some good pick. Gardner Johnson, another good pick. Yeah, so I feel like the Broncos knows what he doing. Obviously, seems like he probably ain't been in the fantasy league before, but he damn sure know how to pick some players. So can't never go wrong with that. So now we gonna go to the Raiders. Let's go to the Raiders. Yeah. So Jungle, you want to speak on this
Chris
user?
Berman, face ass.
You want to speak on this user, man? The one of the users.
The Raiders. Oh,
You,
Jew, my guy.
yeah.
Hey, Jew jumped out there first pick and drafted Jamal Adams. All right, Avalanche.
Avalanche. Oh
Yo,
man.
if you play this man, yo, run the other way or try to learn how to pick
Man.
yourself up, dive, whatever, because this thing will come out and it's not fun. Trust me, it's not fun.
Man.
Jamal Adams is in the building. Then he comes back and says, you know what? I'm going to pair him up with the highest paid safety in the NFL ever with Buda Baker. Zero interceptions, but the highest paid ever. All right. So that was his first two picks. All right. Next pick he comes back with, all right, DJ Moore, the pride of Philadelphia Emotep High School. All right. Coming straight out of Maryland. All right. DJ Moore.
DJ
Good pick.
Moore.
Good
That's a
pick.
good
Very
pick.
good pick. Okay. I think the computer started drafting for him. So then he
Right.
got Josh Jacobs. He might not be
Howard.
extremely happy by this pick because he's more of a finesse guy, not a power back guy. Um, and then who we got? All right, you got Big Orlando. You're talking about 6'8", 345. All right, put your hands on somebody. All right. Who else? J.C. Jackson. I think he did draft J.C. Jackson. All right,
Okay.
this user is a man guy. He likes to press and play over the top and do all that good stuff. So I can see why he went Avalanche and then Buda Baker because he likes to have the secondary solidified. It will be interesting. He does have some veteran presence on the O line and D line. Ryan Tannehill, Los Cientos. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, my
Yeah,
friend.
that's definitely a
We did
CPU
you
pick.
pretty bad there. All right, but all in all, I know this user will play his games, and he's a very good user. He's beat my butt to go to the Super Bowl a few times, so he's going to be extremely competitive, and he will make up for the hole that he may have.
All right. So,
We got to go
so
to the next pick.
last
We
but
got
oh yeah,
Chargers.
Chargers and then Chiefs.
San Diego Superchargers. Oh, my bad. They went down a little more, actually a little north to LA. All right, so they can share the stadium. Face as George Kittle. That's
George Kittle.
disrespectful. I think
That was
George Kittle went second round.
No, he
nah.
went
He went
first.
he
He
went
went
first.
first.
He went
Did he
first.
go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I
But it was the
missed it.
end. But it was the end.
It
You
was
know, it was like
it was
31, 30, something like that.
Okay. Oh, hey, if he ain't high right now, maybe he listening, but he always on some crazy shit. He go to bed at like 9, wake up at 6 in the morning. So if you're in this division, good luck with trying to match up, but he will play his games. All right. Chris Jones, second round. That was a highly touted prospect. I know a lot of people DM me that they really wanted Chris Jones. Eddie Jackson, straight out of Alabama, ready to rock and roll. Hey, Desmond King is very sneaky. The man
Yeah,
ran like 4.8 out of Iowa, but he plays well in real life, so they've showed him love. They gave him like 88 speed, 90 XL. Adrian
94.
Amos, all right, to play over the top. 92 speed is a great pick. All
Can't
right,
beat that.
then we got Whitney's brother Justin Houston. Look, bruh, he been doing it for a long time. All right, so he'll be able to rush the passer. Jared McCoy, even though he got hurt in real life, he's still a goat. All right, Tyrell Williams is hurt in real life, but hey, you can't teach 6'4", 92 speed. All right, Kirk Cousins, the man said, "If I die, let me die with this bitch ass." All right.
Hey.
We got Carlos Dunlap, 86, playing out of Florida. Man's been doing it for a long time. Kerryon Johnson, he gonna get fired, I hope. Michael Gallup, man, people like him in real life. This was a very sneaky pick. All right. High Flight Apparel, 6'3", 203. This is a very, very
Yeah,
sneaky pick.
it
We got
is.
Trey Flowers at a press corner, and Jerome Baker. Wow, Jerome Baker. I was pissed when I saw
I
him
was
go out
looking
there. That's
for
one of
him.
my guys. And then he goes Marcus Mariota. All right, 88 speed. I don't know what he's gonna do with him. I like Mariota in real life. I think a lot of people do him dirty because of what happened in Tennessee. But
Yeah,
at 26 years old, it'd be interesting to see what he does with them. And then he goes with a young goat from New Jersey originally, went to Alabama, Tony Brown with the 94 speed, 6 foot. All
can't go
right,
wrong
so
with
it's interesting. This is another interesting AFC. Let me see. We got Jew. We got High Flight Apparel. Uh, who the other two in there?
that. Then you got
Heroes.
A1
and
Sean.
Edwin Sean.
That's
A1
the
Sean's a G.
I like for fun.
I laugh for fun. That'll be interesting. It might be two or three guys that could win the division. I say two, but another very interesting AFC division.
All right, so real quick, I want to go back to the rules real quick. Um, hold on one second. All right, real quick. All right, for trades. All right, you only get two trades a season from Super Bowl to Super Bowl. You get two trades. All trades got to be approved. And if we bring in new users throughout the season, they have to play 8 weeks straight before they can trade. So that's to keep the teams together. And two trades, we don't need anybody really messing up teams. I know everybody like to trade and get who they want, but in real life, I know this is a game, but they don't do a lot of trading. You try to get the team together, and you try to rock with your team. So draft well, and then make your trades count. The two that you get. That's all I got to say. And
All right. We're gonna start again. We've been doing a couple on the parts draft. We have gotten through 8 picks already. It's on the 49ers now. The clock will go down to one, maybe even 45 second at some point.
Yeah, around 24.
And we'll get it done and through, and then right after we're going straight into preseason, so we can start playing games tonight.
yep.
Yes, sir. So week one will be tonight, fellas. So let's get ready. Let's get right.
Hey,
Let's
10,
get
10,
right.
10
Get
minutes.
right.
It'll be 10 minutes. 10 minutes each advance. Um,
Yes, sir.
free
And this is a
agency.
great show with
Will
the
open.
Guru, the Goat, and Gator,
Hey, hey,
Gator.
hey, and y'all hear Gator? Gator just Gator. Hey, you hear them
Oh
other
Lord.
names? Hey, them
Oh
other
Lord.
names mean specifically something, my friend.
Uh
Hey,
oh.
but
Damn.
when we next show we will talk about the NFC um conference. So we'll talk about that conference, and then we'll knock everybody out, and we'll go from there, and the season will start. So
Let's get it, fellas.
see y'all in a couple of
All right.
hours.
Swagger alert.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.